Hi, I have a couple minutes and I wanted to share some common misconceptions about dyslexia. I'm a certified dyslexia interventionist and also a mother of children that have dyslexia, so I can see things from both angles and how it affects people, families, etc. The first misconception is that children with dyslexia see things backwards. Now, you'll often see older children write letters backwards. When they're younger, it's still developmentally normal through the age of 8 for them to reverse, especially like B's and D's. But if you see older students doing that, like 5th grade, 6th grade, then that is something to note. However, it's not that they see letters different or see words backwards or different, because it is just how their brain processes language. It is a language-based learning disorder, not a visual disorder. And what that means is that they have trouble identifying individual sounds and words. They also have a difficult time connecting sounds to letters. They call that the phoneme-grapheme correlation, as well as a difficult time recognizing patterns in spelling. So those are some common things you'll see with dyslexia, but it's not a visual problem. It is a language learning disorder. Next, it's that kids with dyslexia just need to try harder. This is actually heartbreaking to me as a mom too, because I also, at one point before I knew what was going on with my children or my oldest child that has it, I did not know. I thought, well, they were just being lazy, and that's actually so heartbreaking. And it makes me understand parents, because unless you know that they have dyslexia, which is a journey in and of itself, to take, then it will just appear like that they're just being lazy or not trying, because you're like, why are you not trying? Like, we already went over this. I've taught you this word to spell it 20, 30, 50, 100,000 times, and you're still getting it wrong. So it could seem like it's a lack of effort or a lack of motivation, but what I can say is these kids, it's not a motivation issue. These kids work harder than anyone else in the room just to either not be successful or at best to be mediocre. So it is, it's heartbreaking, but if you can identify that, we went over this, I've taught my child, or this child has learned 20, 30, 40 times how to spell the word the, and they're still not remembering how to spell it. And I'm talking about a kid that's 7, 8, and so on, then that is a huge red flag, because with dyslexia, it takes many, many, many more repetitions to get something that would take a typical learner possibly 10 times exposure for them to recall it and remember it. A child with dyslexia could take up to 1,000 times, which is what we're working with. Not only that, but it has to be taught in a specific way. So you have both of those components. But those are just 2 of the common misconceptions of dyslexia that I wanted to share. I will come back later and share more. Thank you so much.